Here is my first place Mermail Atlantean Deck Profile for the 2025 format post Alliance Insight. For the Mermails, I play 3 copies of Abystius. I play 3 copies of Abyss Rhine. Since I'm not playing Coelacanth, I'm just playing 1 copy of Pike. He's not a great normal summon, but we can tutor him from the deck with Shadow Squad. With the banning of Bahamut Shark, I think the Berry Statue combo is actually pretty bad, and thus it doesn't warrant you playing 3 copies of Pike and playing the 1 Coelacanth to go for that combo, because the Coelacanth just doesn't do enough when you can't make Bahamut Shark. That is it for the Mermails. And for the Atlanteans, I play 2 copies of Poseidra. Next I have 3 copies of Dragoons, 3 copies of Shadow Squad, 3 copies of Neptibus, and 1 heavy infantry. That's it for the Atlanteans. Then for the non-Merlantians, I actually main deck 3 copies of Minstrel. With the banning of Bahamut Shark, which leads you to not being able to access Toad, your combo is not very protected from Nib. If you open with Minstrel, and a strong discard like Squad or Dragoons, you can just remove their Draw Unlockable before they get a chance to activate it. So yeah, I think 3 Minstrel is a must in this format, particularly if Draw Unlockable and Nibiru the Primal Being will be prevalent. And then the card that they forgot to ban, 1 copy of Mulunglacia, the Elemental Lord. Mulunglacia is part of your turn 1 combo, and despite not being a negate, it effectively acts as 2, should you hit 2 prevalent cards from your opponent's hand. For the spells, I have 1 copy of Pot of Prosperity, 1 copy of Triple Tactics Talent. Droll does hurt a lot, but you can still make some plays under it. 1 copy of 1-for-1, 1 copy of Tri-Ina. That's it for the spells. For the hand traps, I have 3 copies of Mulcharmi Fuvalos, 2 copies of Mulcharmi Perulia, mainly because it's a water, 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 3 copies of Dominus Impulse, and 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. For the extra deck, I have 1 copy of Haggard Lizardos, 1 copy of Mermail Abyss Alacia, 1 copy of Coral Anemone, 1 copy of Area the Water Charmer, 1 copy of Mermail King Neptibus, 1 copy of Marine's Great Bubble Reef, 1 copy of Salantis, 1 copy of Snowdust Giant, 1 copy of number 4 Stealth Kraken, 1 copy of number 101 A Blast from the Past, 1 copy of Abyss Trite, 1 copy of Mermail Abyss Gyos, 1 copy of Poseidra Abyss, 1 Croco Dragon, and the last card is 1 copy of Shengjing. For the side deck, I have 3 copies of Mulcharmi Meowls, 3 copies of Artifact Lancia, 2 copies of Nibiru the Primal Being, 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 3 copies of Triple Tactics Thrust. You can set one of these powerful floodgates against either Maliss or Mitsurugi / Ryzeal.